In the heart of ancient Rome, where marble streets shimmered under the flickering glow of torches, lived a young woman named Livia. Raised in a modest home, she often found herself wandering through the bustling forum, completely unaware of the divine blood that coursed through her veins. She was the daughter of Venus, the goddess of love, yet Livia saw herself as nothing more than ordinary. But someone knew her secret. Marcus, the heir to a powerful and noble Roman family, was haunted by prophecies whispered in the hallowed halls of his ancestors. These prophecies spoke of a divine child, born of a goddess, and a royal heir, destined to unite their paths and usher in an era of unprecedented peace for Rome. In his dreams, he saw her, a radiant figure whose laughter echoed like the sweetest music. He knew, with a certainty that shook him to his core, that Livia was this child of destiny. One warm evening, as twilight painted the sky in shades of purple and gold, Marcus's path finally crossed with Livia's. He found her by a grand fountain in the city center. Her head bent in concentration. She was sketching the gentle ripples spreading across the water's surface, her eyes filled with a pure and blemished wonder that captivated him instantly. He approached her cautiously, his heart pounding a nervous rhythm against his ribs. He introduced himself simply as Marcus, a humble citizen, carefully concealing the weight of his lineage. To his delight, their conversation flowed as effortlessly as the water in the fountain. They spoke of art, of philosophy, of the simple beauties of Roman life, feeling an immediate connection, as if their souls were old friends finally reuniting after a long separation. In the days that followed, a series of strange and wonderful events began to unfold around Livia. Where her sandals touched the cobblestones, vibrant flowers would unexpectedly bloom from the cracks. Strangers she passed on the street would suddenly feel an inexplicable wave of joy and contentment wash over them. Doves, symbols of her mother, would often circle above her head before landing gently on her shoulder. Marcus watched these occurrences with a knowing smile. He recognized them as undeniable signs of her divine heritage, the power of Venus manifesting through her child. But Livia, ever humble, dismissed them all. She would laugh them off as mere coincidence, a string of lucky moments, never once considering the celestial truth. Marcus found her humility endearing. He fell more in love with her innocence, knowing that the destiny awaiting her was far greater and more magnificent than anything she could possibly imagine. The time came for the grand festival of Lupercalia, a citywide celebration of fertility and health. Under the watchful eyes of the gods and the Roman elite, Marcus knew he could hide the truth no longer. It was during a lavish feast, with music and laughter filling the air, that he finally revealed his true identity. He stood before her not just as Marcus, but as Marcus Aurelius, heir to one of Rome's most influential families. Livia was stunned. The revelation created a chasm between them she felt was impossible to cross. He was nobility, she was a simple artist. How could their worlds ever truly merge? Her shock deepened when he gently began to hint at her own hidden lineage, at the divine secret she carried. She recoiled as if struck. The idea was too fantastical, too overwhelming to accept. "I am no goddess's child," she insisted, her voice trembling. "I am just Livia." Her heart ached with confusion and a sense of betrayal, and she fled into the quiet of the Roman night. That night, Livia's dreams were unlike any she had ever had. She found herself in a celestial garden, bathed in a soft, ethereal light, a woman of breathtaking beauty, radiating warmth and unconditional love, appeared before her. It was Venus. The goddess reached out, her voice a gentle whisper that resonated in Livia's very soul. "You are mine, my daughter," Venus said. "Do not fear who you are. Love is your gift to the world, and it is the greatest power of all." Livia awoke with a start, the morning sun streaming into her room. The dream felt more real than reality itself. A profound sense of peace settled over her. Her power was not a burden to be feared, but a blessing to be embraced. She finally understood. With newfound purpose, she dressed quickly and ran through the awakening city, her heart leading her to the one place she knew she would find him. Marcus was waiting for her on the grand steps of the Colosseum, the monumental structure a silent witness to their fated meeting. He had watched the sunrise, praying she would understand. As she approached, He saw the change in her eyes. The fear was gone, replaced by a quiet strength and acceptance. "I believe you now," Livia said softly, her voice clear and steady as she reached the top step. "And I choose to walk this path with you." A wave of relief washed over Marcus. He reached out and took her hand, his fingers intertwining with hers. In that moment, he vowed his undying loyalty, not just as a lover, but as her partner in destiny. Their union was celebrated throughout Rome, not merely as a romantic match between a noble and a commoner, but as the fulfillment of a divine prophecy. The people rejoiced, believing their love carried the favor of the gods, a promise of a golden age of peace and prosperity. Years passed, and Rome flourished under their gentle influence. Their story became a legend, whispered from generation to generation. Poets composed epic verses, and singers filled the taverns with songs of the goddess's daughter and the royal heir who found each other. Their tale was not one of grandeur alone, but of two souls who discovered a love powerful enough to shape the fate of an empire, a love built on truth, courage, and a destiny written in the stars. As the sun cast its final golden rays over the 7 hills of Rome, Marcus and Livia would often walk hand in hand through the city they had helped to heal. Their bond was a testament to the eternal dance between mortals and the divine, a love story that would echo through the corridors of history forever. Thank you for listening to this story from Echoes of Passion. If you enjoyed this journey into myth and romance, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales that stir the heart. We'll see you next time.